Alright, so this is the second time I'm making this video. I just kind of want to make it more clean. But let's talk about it. Um, you can use this strategy to the 1% setup to with anything. You can use it to scalp, the day trade, the swing trade, anything, invest, anything you want. Okay. Number one, the first thing you're going to do is go to indicators, type in 3MA, and make sure you star this. Okay. Click on it to show up over here. Go hover over here on the settings, click on that. The inputs is going to be 13 close EMA, 200 close EMA, 50 close SMA. The style is going to be blue, white, and red. Go ahead and pause the video, go back, and make sure you have those settings. Cool. That's step number one. Step number two. The first thing you want to do is, so for me, for scalping, I scalp. So if I'm scalping, I'm going to be on a 5 minute. If you're day trading, you want to be on the 1 hour. If you're like swing trading or whatever, anything above day trading, you want to be on a 4 hour or more. Okay? Or daily. Okay? And so like to get this stuff over here, I just click this and I just start it, but you have to have an account. Okay? I pay for an account. Pay it, don't be cheap. You're actually losing money, not wanting to spend money. Okay? So anyways, now the first thing you have to do, and I'm going to go in the 5 minute. So let's say I am looking on this downtrend, okay? And mind you, I'm not looking for a strategy that wins 100% of the time. There is no strategy that wins 100% of the time. But this is a high win rate, okay? Pretty much, you can make a lot of money. Anyways, the first thing I'm going to do is I want to see price trending, which price is. Okay. So actually, before we even get to that, there's one thing also you have to know. Two things. Well, let's start with the one thing. How to identify the candlestick that we're looking for. The candlestick that we're looking for is something called tips. Okay. So just to kind of show you what it should look like, because you guys probably have this, right? Red and green. So with tips, if you're looking to buy to go long on a position, meaning like when the market goes up, you make money. When the market goes down, you lose money, right? If you're looking to buy, you want to look for the red. So there's two candles. The body, right? The shaded area is the body. The long thin line is the wick. The bottom of the body has to be like right next to each other. Like the bottom of the body, though, that's right next to each other. Or it's like around it, okay? Like if it's something like this body, the bottom, and then this body, the bottom, no, that doesn't work. We want the bodies to be similar. That's number one. Let me give you another example that kind of looks like it's not off. So for instance, this right here, that works too. It just cannot be far off like this and this. Or like if it's like this and this, I'm not looking into that either. It has to be like kind of near, okay? That's the first criteria. And then the second criteria of identifying the candlestick that we're looking for is called tips. You should write your notes. Is the right wick has to be longer than the one on the left. It's that simple. So this candle right here, that candle right here, this is tips. Okay? So, literally, that's tips, okay? So, now we're going to come back to this, okay, this little area, because that's tips, but why are we not buying right here? I'm gonna go back and tell you why you don't want to just enter when you see tips anywhere. No, okay? Now, anyways, okay. So, the first criteria is that we want price to be trending, which it is. Okay, it's not consolidating is my main point. Like this is consolidation, it's moving sideways. Right, price is literally going sideways like that. But anyways, price is trending, that's number one. Price, step one, price is trending. Step two, wait for a change of character. Now, price action, meaning like the movement of price, is it went down, it came up, right? This right here is a low. Okay, I don't want to teach market structure, but you know that's a low. Okay, so anyways, where is it? Boom. Price continues to go down. Okay, now when there is a high that breaks a low, this is a strong high. Okay, we do not. So for instance, went down, went up, boom. That right there is a strong high. We do not want to be in a situation or see price action, like the movement of price, do something like this, where it does not break that low. This is not a strong high. Okay, that's very important. So that's just like a side quest, a side note, right? But that right there, that low was broken. This low was never broken by price. Now, when price comes back up, when price breaks a strong high, that is the correct change of character. This right here is not, because price never broke this high, never broke this low. So we're not even looking at this. This high broke this low. So this high is the strong high, and we're looking for that to be broken for a change of character. If that does not make sense, replay it like 3 times. It will, I promise you. Now, we are now looking for this strong high to be broken, and I'm drawing my line on the top of the body, not on the top of the wick. That is more accurate. And when price breaks above that line, when it closes above that line, that is the change of character. So you see how price did not close above it here, did not close above it? That right there, that candle, made it the change of character. Okay, cool. Now that's the first step. So the first step, price has to trend, which it is. Wait for number 2, prices wait for a change of character. Okay. Step 3, wait for the 13 EMA blue line to cross the 50 SMA red line. This is very, like, I'm not even gonna like, you'll see. This is very simple is what I'm trying to say. Okay? So we're gonna play it and we're gonna wait, boom. Now you see how the blue line crossed above the red line? If we are looking for buys, we want the blue line to be above the red. If we're looking for sells, short positions is when you enter the market right here. If the market goes down, you make money. If the market goes up, you lose money. Long positions or buys is when you enter the market, when it goes up, you make money. When it goes down, you lose money. Okay, just kind of just common knowledge, but still, just want to make sure you guys are following. So, when we are looking for long positions, buys, we want the blue line to be above the red. When we're looking for short position sells, we want the blue line to be below the red. As you see, the market's going down, it's making money. Okay, cool. Now watch this. So that's step number 3. Step number 4. We're about to wait for price to retest the 13 EMA or near it. So you see this right here? See how it retested the 13 EMA? Okay, that's what we're looking for. Now, as you see, the bottom of the body is near. The bottom of the wick is the one on the right. It's more than the one on the left. Now, for me, for my take profits, so typically before, this is very important. I'm gonna teach you guys this. So I'm not gonna go in depth with liquidity pools, but at highs and lows, like that's a high, that's a low, that's a high, that's a low, that's a high. Typically at highs or lows, that is where like liquidity is sitting at, meaning like trying to see. Let me just do liquidity. Let me just type it in manually. Middle liquidity. Cool. So typically, this is where liquidity is. I'm not gonna go in depth with what it is. You can try GPT it if you want to, but typically when price hits liquidity, it likes to kind of either do a pullback and then continue up, or it'll hit liquidity and then you'll see a change of character, and then price will reverse. So if you look at this, peep this. Look how crazy that is. That is the low. Okay, it hit that liquidity. Y'all peep that? And then price didn't pull back and continue. It went that change of character. That's how we know price is now on a trend reversal. So now when price is near this right here, I'm not going to buy right there because of that. Okay, I really wanted to explain that because so you guys know why. Even though we see tips right here, we could enter, but I'm not going to buy because I'll tell you guys why when we enter, when we find a good opportunity. Doesn't mean that's not going to still play out, but still it's just more likely. So you see how price hits that? Let's look at what happens. It could continue going up, but it's more likely going to either pull back and then continue or reverse. Ain't that crazy? Like literally I called it. Okay. So that's still fine. Just looking. All right, so now check this out. So typically when we buy in a position, let's say we get in right here because it's tips, right? The bottom is near, we're at the bottom of the wick. Let's say we get in right here. Typically, I put my stop loss below the wick. Stop loss means that when you enter the trade and you can like set your price for stop loss. And I'll show you guys in this. Let me show you guys. So, that's too much. Anyways, you can set your stop loss. Let's see. Yeah, it's too much. Typically, when price hits your stop loss, it will automatically take you out the trade. Let's say you want your stop loss to be right here, and then if it hits it, you'll lose 1,000. But if it hits your TP, you win 1,000. Okay, because literally the risk to reward ratio is 1. That means like if you lose 1. If you win 1. But you can set it up to 1 to 2, right? It's always going to be 1, and this is like changing the number right here. It's changing 1 to 2. That means when you lose 1. When you win 2. Meaning, if you're risking $1,000, you will win 2,000 because you're risking the reward is twice as much as what you're risking. That's risk to reward. Okay. Now, typically, the first TP is going to be a 1-to-1. Okay, that's what this is right here. And I take 80% out of the position. So TP1, cool. And then my next TP is going to be a liquidity that has not been hit yet. So really, that's a liquidity. Well, this has been hit. So if you look, that's been hit, right? All that stuff has been hit. So this has not been hit yet. So that can be my next liquidity point, my liquidity target. Okay. So boom. All right, this can be TP2. And then if I want to, I can make like up here TP3 if I want to, or this right here, just depending on what you want to do, how long you want to stay in the trade. TP3. Okay, so even though price went below the 13 EMA, right? It's like it's retesting the 50. It's still retesting the 50 SMA. I want to keep it very simple, you guys. Like I'm entering this. This is not good practice, but if price. No, let me not do this because I'm not even gonna like teach you guys bad practice, right? Look, that trade lost, so I didn't even like follow my trade, follow my plan. But now let's look at this. Let's wait. So you see how price crossed? We're not looking for buys. We're looking for sells now. Okay. So, and we should have known not to even like get in this trade, right? And I didn't even see this because that right there indicated a change of character. I completely missed that. So I shouldn't even have entered that trade because price is now going to the downside. So let's look at this. I'm gonna show you guys, and this is a really good example because I'm teaching. I'm kind of like trying to rush this, so it's not gonna be a long video, but you really want to take your time when it comes to this stuff and analyze everything. Go through the system. Like I didn't go through it. Market was trending. I like wait for a change. A change of character did happen, but I wasn't looking for another change of character to happen, which it did right here. So the change of character happened. The market switched from bullish to bearish. I guess a downtrend now. The EMA is crossed, waiting for the retest of it. It retested it, but the tips did not happen, so we didn't enter the market. So it broke above. Let's see. So it keeps on breaking. It's like it's consolidating or something. Let me just do this. Make it simple so you guys can like literally see this stuff. Okay. So I'm literally just finding a good example. And this is crypto. But typically you can see this anywhere. So check this out. So even this happened, like, all right, let's look at this one real time. Market's trending. Step 2, change your character at the body. All right, remember you want to draw the line at the body. Boom. EMA's cross, check. Okay. And now we're waiting for tips. So on sells, you want to look at the top of the body instead of the bottom for tips, for the tips candle. Okay, so nothing is really prominent there. Yeah, this is trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is like donkey balls. Typically I'm trading. I mean, you still see it on crypto, but you see it like a lot on like, for instance, look at this. I was back testing yesterday on my phone. Boom, change your character. Okay, yeah, so market's trending. Let me go back to Solana. We'll grab this. Go back to boom. Go back to where was I? Go straight in gold. So check this out. Look how simple this is. Market's trending, check. Check. Wait for a change of character, check. Wait for the 13 EMA blue line to cross the 50 SMA. Did right there. Check. Wait for price to retest the 13 EMA or near it. It did right there. Check. Step 5. Wait for a tips candle and enter when price breaks above it. Go for a 1-to-1. Go for a 1-to-1 for your first TP. Step 6. Identify liquidity pools on a higher time frame and exit your runners there. Your runners are like the leftover. Like if you take 80% out your trade, you have like 20% left in the trade, and that 20% is your runner. So anyways, if we look at this, it retested right there. So first off, it did retest right here, but there was no tips there. Okay, and then also the 13 EMA didn't cross until right there. But anyways, 13 EMA retest right there. If you look at the body, so let's hide this. Okay, let's hide this. Let's hide this. Now let's zoom in here. Bottom of the body, since we're going for longs, is similar. It's near. The wick, boom, cool. I entered right there. Stop loss right there. Now, a 1-to-1, boom, smacked. Okay. Now, if we look, so if I'm scalping, I'm going on a 5-minute. I'm going to go to the 30-minute and look for liquidity pools. So I'm going to look for previous highs. So the only thing I see was that, which we hit our TP1, and this right here. Okay, we would have taken an L. Well, for the runner, we would have got 50%. So typically, right now, I'm trading 3,000. Like if I'm risking 3,000, I have 2 accounts, risking 1.5% off of a 100K account. It's a prop firm, and then I'm risking 1.5 on each account, which is 3K for both. So I'm risking 3K if I lose. I'm gonna win 3K if I win. So 3K, I take 80% off of TP1. I'm locking in 2,400, and then that means I have 600 left in the trade. When it goes back down and hit my stop loss, I'm going to lose that 600, so minus 600. So for this trade overall, I hit 1,800 in profit, 1,800 in profit. Cool. Now, just going to show you another example. So market is like, I mean, you can still hit it right here if you zoom in, but you want something like, let me show you. Let's keep it simple. Another thing, when the white line is like going sideways, do not trade that. That means price is consolidating. You want price to be like, when you're on buys, okay, when you're on an uptrend, you want that white line to be underneath everything. On a downtrend, so for instance, at this mark, the white line was underneath everything, and you can see how it just trended, right? Vice versa. At this point, the white line was above everything. The 13 EMA below the 50, right here. Then the white line above everything right there, and just look how it just trended. Okay, so look at this. Trying to find the tips around here. So literally, if we look at this, change your character. Price is trending. Yes, it is. Okay, change your character. Trying to find the last change your character. Just say this. Just make it simple. Yeah, that is it actually. Boom. 13 EMA, cross right there. Cool. Let's look for tips now. Let's wait for price to retest and look for tips. Is it here? That right there. So, or around it. So none of these are tips because the body has to be at the top, has to be near. It's not. This right here it is. The body is similar. Actually, that's not it because the wick did not hit that. Okay, so we're not even looking at that. Even though, yeah, don't buy. That's not our strategy. Looking, and this is just a crappy example. I'm not gonna lie to you. So we're not entering on that at all. Not at all, because we don't see tips. That is the confirmation candle. There's other ones like, well, I just want to keep it very simple. Like there's an engulfing candle, which is that right there. Like the body of this red candle is engulfing the green one. You could have entered there, but do not do that. I just want to make it very simple. Focus on one thing. One thing on one time. So anyways, I'm looking. Just want to show you guys 1 or 2 more examples. I want to show you an example of a sell. So yeah, let's go through a trading session because I trade from 7:30 to 10:30. I look for opportunities around there. So let's look, see if we can find something here. So price is like coming up. It's not completely flat, so that's fine. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. It's not clear. So this right here. Change your character. Okay, I'm looking for tips, price to retest, and then tips. There's nothing there. So, no trade today, but I'm typically trading different stuff. So I'm going to look on another chart. There's nothing there. Go to the day before. So this is if you're like day trading or like trying to find an opportunity, scalping or day trading. I typically look from 7:30 to 10:30. Damn, this is just like straight up consolidation. There's nothing clear. So let me see the white line. So the white line's coming up. Actually, it's still trending up if you really look at it. Yeah, it's trending up. So anyways, and actually, guys, I made a mistake. That's why it's super important to keep this here. Okay? So, even though yeah, I want you guys to see this. So just see like when price hits the white line is above everything, it just drops, right? It's crazy stuff. But price came up, right? It's retesting the 13. That candle right here, that's tips. I'm going to enter for a short, stop loss right above that wick, look for a 1-on-1. Boom. Let's look. So look how when it swept these liquidity, look how it's pulling back. Okay. Just keep that food for thought. So even if you look, right, it's an engulfing candle, retested at 13. Anyways, it's not important. Not trade with a 1, but we're looking just for tips. Okay, so let's look at this. So no tips here. Nope. Just looking for tips. So look at this. It's important for that change of character because it's just a higher likely transfer to the to win. That's disgusting. Alright, cool. Price is trending, change of character. That's tips right there. Price is trending, change of character, price retested. So price is trending, change of character, retested 13 EMA or around it, right? Now look at this. The bottom, the wick, you enter. Boom. 1-to-1. So when you get in at a change of character, that's the start. That's like the start of this uptrend move. So that's why it's super important to like do that because you can actually make a lot more money when you target liquidity pools on the. Like for instance, if I'm right here, if I'm getting in right there, if that change of character was there, I'm going to be looking for liquidity pools right here because that's the high. This high, price is more likely going to hit that because we're at the start of this move. So let's just say I'm going for different TPs. 1-on-1, boom, 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 boom. Let's say I enter 2 trades, 3,000 each. One is for a 1-to-1. Actually, I think it's like, oh, that's actually smart as hell. One is for a 1-to-1, so I would secure 3,000 at a 1-to-1, and then so 1-to-1 is already hit, 3,000 secured, and then another one. This is a trade that's going for the highest liquidity. I kind of already know it's going to hit because I already saw price action. So the reason why I say that, and definitely like I wouldn't do risk 3,000. I would lower my risk half, so half here, half there. But let's say we did 15. That's what we're risking for one trade, times by 7.3. That's 10 bands, and then plus the 1,500. Okay, so that trade would have made 12.4. And so look how like it hit that liquidity, now it's reversing. Okay. at the EMAs. Look how when it switched. Okay. So that's another opportunity that I'm just showing you that's one. Anyways, that's pretty much the strategy in a nutshell. Yeah, so I'm not going to buy. I'm not going to short because of this little change of character right here. Okay. That was tips 2. Just to protect myself. No tips there. And it didn't retest the 13 EMA. So watch this. I'm literally just looking for tips. And the thing is, you could probably find it, like if you're scalping, you can probably find it on like a lower time frame. But let me not make it complicated. Anyways, it's no tips. Don't force it. Stick to one time frame. That right there, that's tips. Bottom of the body, boom. You would get in. You get in when the candle breaks the high. So if we are right here, the candle needs to, on the next candle, if it opens, let's say it goes down, you enter when it breaks that high. Okay. You go for a 1-to-1. That's secured. And then you can go for another liquidity pool. It's like here. Look at your target. Boom. Then it jumped actually, which is nuts. So, anyways, that's tips. If you don't see it, don't force it, right? But you know you're gonna be trading different stuff, so you can figure out what you want to trade. And you're like typically I trade 2 pairs, gold and NAS 100. Futures. So for futures, I trade NQ1 and GC. Like this is for mini. For nonetheless, if you don't know futures, do your research. If you do want to get into futures, because you don't want to trade this if you have a certain account. You have to have a certain amount of money to trade this. If not, you're just gonna blow your account. You can do this with stocks, futures, forex, crypto, any asset class. You literally see this all the time, like all the time, all the time, literally. So it's one right there. So that's tips right there. Change your character. Boom. So yeah, that's everything. Let me go back here and just make sure that yep, that is it. Copy this and we're good to go. Good luck. Make some money.